Good morning, lovely people on the YouTube. Budget Guitarist here. My name's Martin. How are you all doing? If you've recently subscribed, thank you very much. I always appreciate new subs and just people genuinely taking the time to watch the videos. I have a lot of fun making them, and I certainly have a lot of fun when I get something new in. So today, something pretty decent, to be honest. So I've got my hands on it's a Marshall Advanced Valvestate, so the AVT series of amplifiers, and it's the 150 watt head, and I'm running it through a Marshall 2x12 cab. Now, I used to have one of these before, ages ago, quite a long time ago I had one, and I didn't keep it very long because I didn't realise what it could do. It just looked confusing, you know, and I was, I don't know. And at the time, well, to be fair, I still am a massive Stevie Ray Vaughan fan. But at the time when I owned this, not this one, but when I had one in the past, all I wanted was a you know, a really clean amp that I could run pedals into. Don't get me wrong, it does Marshall clean, you know, beautifully, but it just wasn't what I was searching for. But I guess, you know, you can chase tone, chase sound all you want. You're never gonna be able to recreate the tone or the sound of your favourite artist without pouring lots and lots of money into the obsession. So this is where I think these Valvestate amps are absolutely amazing. Now, you'd have seen a previous video on my channel. I had this one. I was fixing it up, I got it working, and I also briefly reviewed the Valvestate H100. Absolute fantastic head. Very, very simple as well. It's just 2 channels with reverb. That's it. But it just sounds brilliant. Anyway, so Valvestate. What's it all about? So the Valvestate Marshall amps have a valve in the preamp section. So if you imagine the way your amps, you know, set up, it'll go, you've got the preamp, then you've got the power amp, and then pre-power, and then out, that's going, you know, to your speaker or coming out the speaker on the amp. So a full tube amp will have valves in the preamp, and then in the power section it'll have tubes to do, you know, to drive the power, and then it comes through the wire, through the speaker, you know, whatever. The Marshall Valvestate's just got a tube in the, a valve in the preamp. So what you're getting is you're sort of getting that really nice feel of a tube amp, but without tube amp power, if that makes sense. But for this one, certainly that one as well, it's not an issue because this is 150 watts of solid state power with a valve in the preamp. So it is mega loud. It's loud enough. It is loud enough to, you know, to gig with. It's certainly loud enough, you know, in your bedroom or whatever. And because it's not a full tube amp, it means that you can just turn it right down and actually practice at, you know, bedroom volume. So pretty cool. Sounds like a tube amp, but you can actually play it really, really quiet. Yeah, so I used to own one, but I got one back, and I've spent a couple of weeks with this one now, and you know something, I absolutely love it. I can't believe that I got rid of the last one. So a quick overview, I guess. So it's got 4 channels. It's got a clean channel, overdrive 1, overdrive 2. To be honest, so the overdrive 1 and 2 are not necessarily separate channels per se. One's just more overdriven than the previous, but on this amp it does let you set the EQ for each overdrive 1 and 2, which is pretty cool. So, and we've also got some digital effects, and you can assign a digital effect to each channel. So you can have a digital effect on your clean, a digital effect on your overdrive. So you can program it in, because it's sort of like split into, if you imagine it's clean, dirty, each one's got its own effects section to to put in there. Not a great fan on Marshall's digital effects, if I'm being completely honest. I would just, this would be perfect if it just did reverb but give you the multiple channels, which is so the only effect I actually like on this amp is it's a plate reverb with a little bit of chorus. Yeah, it sounds quite nice. It sounds beautiful, clean, and it doesn't sound too bad when it's being driven as well. So yeah, I'll play a bit of the give you a bit of the clean tone with the effects that I've got in. Oh, by the way, if you can't see this, I think this is on camera. So this is the There's a foot switch it comes with. It's connected to the amp with a really long. It's like a computer cable, but it's never coming out of there if you kick it or whatever, because it's screwed in like it is on a computer. And it's you just switch the channels, effects on and off for clean or overdrives. Very simple. So the clean channel, this is with the effect. I'll go effect off first. Just a clean, bright, sparkly. It's just that classic Marshall clean. And you can, on the clean channel, you can give that clean channel as much gain and as much volume as you want, and it'll just stay beautiful. Overdrive 1 now with no effects. Oh, I said no effects. Overdrive 2. Yeah, it's got a really it's a lot sounding. It sounds a lot different from the Overdrive 2 on this and the Overdrive 2 on the other amp, because this sort of like gets you in that metal sort of ballpark earlier with the I don't play much metal, to be honest, but you can I think you can hear what I'm talking about. It's really metally. But my absolute favourite feature on this amp, and I don't know why I didn't discover it the last time, because it does sound beautiful. So it's got an acoustic simulator. So you plug your electric guitar into it. Oh, it's coming loose. You plug your electric guitar in, and the sound that comes out sounds like an acoustic guitar. I don't know what witchcraft's going on inside, but it sounds amazing. Very clean sounding. When I layer my effects on top of the acoustic simulator, something even more magical happens. So I'll put my effects on, so I've got a little bit of reverb and reverb slash chorus at the same time. Not a great deal of it. I'm sort of like, in terms of FX mix, as in how much of that effect do I want, it's just past halfway. So, but listen to this. something to my ears, and I really, really like that sound. It's amazing. And oddly enough, it's making me, so I did take another look at learning Purple Rain. You can probably tell with the chords I was playing, and I was also doing a bit of Metallica. I do like Metallica, but I've never really sort of like sat down and tried to play with the music. So I was having a look at, how does it go now? This, I think it's Fade to Black, the opening sort of. Just sounds like Metallica. Now I know, I think they actually play that riff on an actual acoustic guitar, but considering this is not an acoustic guitar, that's a Marshall Valvestate amp with some effects with an acoustic simulator. To my ears, it sounds very, very close to it, like it sounds on their albums. Yeah, that sounds just like I'm hooked on that sound that it's making. What I did try another Metallica one. I can't remember. Was it? Yeah. How does that go now? Yeah, I'm still working. Yeah. So they're not like they're not difficult little patterns or riffs to play. I think certainly what I've found over the years is the more complicated something sounds, it's easy. It's this simple sounding stuff that often is the hardest thing to play, that just, maybe it's like your brain's like, no, it's too simple, this can't be right. So it's like, I don't know, your brain's not letting you do it right for some reason. But anyway, yeah. With the Overdrive 2 channel, with the same layered effects, with the reverb and the chorus, it does a yeah. So I can go from sort of the riff from Fade to Black's going. And when it ends on that E minor. Yeah, having a lot of fun with this amp. Yeah, it's so cool, and to be honest, in terms of what this thing can actually do, I think I'm just scratching the surface. Yeah, it's good. I really do like it. Let me just get rid of this a minute. So the Valvestate thing was, I don't know if you caught one of my other videos. It was sort of the gap between solid state Marshall amps and full on tube driven, very expensive amps, and these sort of came out in the, I want to say, early 90s, and they were the go-to for a lot of musicians, because you got that tube feel and response, but you wasn't paying tube amp prices. Yeah, pretty cool idea. They don't make these anymore, which is odd, because they are great amps. I absolutely love the Valvestate stuff. You can probably tell because I've got a few now. Excuse me. And it was completely functional. It was absolutely nothing wrong with it. I think this one was made. I did take it apart and have a look inside on the circuit board. I think it was printed 1994, 5. I can't remember. It was 1990 something, and it's been gigged, it's been battered, it's been chucked around, it's done stuff, and it's faultless. Everything, every feature on it works. It still drives a 2x12, you know, really loud. Great bit of kit. Yeah, Marshall Valvestate's just, if you, I say it all the time, but if you can find a Valvestate second hand, just grab it, because I don't think you're going to be upset. I think you're going to be like, wow, these things are very good. Anyway, I've got to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching.